So that's quite interesting. Did you know, little fun fact, that PM stands for Pro Malefique, which means the menacing leak.
So it's not private message then?
No, it's not. It's the menacing leak.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Like leak is in the vegetable, the leak.
Oh,
like,
wow.
How awesome is that? Like he's winning name competitions left and right with that.
I wonder what has been historically the most menacing leak in history.
Well, it has to be
think
this
there's ever
one.
been like someone's been like beaten to death with like a frozen leak, maybe? Or
I'd rather
we will never
not
know.
imagine it.
We will never know.
But we can see that his avatar is also like a leak. Everyone else has the Epsilon tag, but no, he's leaked up.
Yeah.
He's leaked up his game. But we have the game underway. We have the pistol round commencing very shortly here between Epsilon and myXMG. myXMG have been showing some decent results lately with PNX and so on. But this Epsilon team, they just 16-3'd LDLC. So on Dust 2. But to be honest, on paper, you wouldn't expect that to ever happen. So PM is really, I mean, he's created a different atmosphere for this team now. They do feel a lot more menacing, a lot more threatening.
But they are on the T side here, the less favored side of Inferno, so we can see what the XMG chaps can do with this CT side.
MSL wants to bop some heads. Look at that, just going for those bops on the long range. Bop, bop, bop. Nothing to be found though, no heads connected with. And so far we have a slow start. And XMG, they're playing really far back on the A site already.
They're getting more aggressive on Banana though.
Menacing leak. PM is readying himself for just to pick long here and keep Banana safe in case myXMG push, which tells us that it's going to be an A push here, and we are seeing a move up apartments. They've wasted a lot of time in this round, and myXMG have not reacted at all. They've played it very solid so far, just waiting.
Look at all the bodies in apps. It's going to be a long, slow rotate from the CTs on the B bomb site here. And Scream just go flying face first to the ground. And PM gets taken out as well. And this is not going very well for Epsilon right here. 2 people left. I don't think they'll get their bomb down.
F2 and Uzi, now just Uzi left against 4 players on the bomb site itself. So exposed. Goes for the knife, going to get taken out. No bullets left in the chamber. And he is going to fall. So very easy stuff there from myXMG. They just sat and waited for Epsilon to just run themselves into the ground there.
Yeah, so 3 people in apps. They did not get the first pick of Scream came through the smoke, which meant they were suddenly in a crossfire position, which made it even harder for them to make it onto the site there. So unfortunate start for Epsilon, and XMG get a critical first round, and must hope they don't get ecoed. Yeah, we've got 4 CZs and the Juan Dig from PM here. We've seen what his aim is like with the AWP, so is his other Deagle, is his other AWP the Deagle? We will find out.
It is quite slow, but the movement is significant here up Banana. And after it gets smoked, they decide to back away a little bit. They may just play this for Banana for sure, but just waste all the smokes first before committing to the push. And there's one more to come out.
They do have their own smokes as well, which means they could go for a front of smoke site or the CT smoke possibly combined, but
I think that is the idea for sure.
Those smokes are being one hell of a nuisance for them, and they're being very, very patient here.
Yep.
The CT is taking up more aggressive positions here on B, just expecting a potential push through that smoke.
And they're ready to go for it. The other smoke should be ready to go on top of the site here. In fact, though, they are actually pushing up mid here with a couple players to try and sell a fake, and they actually get the kills. This is really crucial. Kills on B, kills on A. Where's the bomb going? You know, myXMG, they don't have any idea. And great frag there from GMX onto MSL. And now FXG are going to get that bomb down. They haven't lost a single man. And all of a sudden, PNX is just, like with that M4 thinking, you know, I don't really want to waste this M4.
Mastermind tactics here from Epsilon with a very, very nice T round there. Again, it was a complete denial of information for myXMG until the very late stages there. They forced him to commit to both sites at the same time, as they both had shenanigans going on and people pushing. Ended up being the wrong site for XMG, and they are left with only 1 person alive here. PNX has exposed his position now, and he will have 3 ecoing terrorists rushing at him to pick up his M4.
Yeah, it's certainly really tough to deal with, all those CZs. And I like that, actually. We haven't actually seen like armor CZ, because that's a much bigger investment, isn't it? I mean, it's something that's rare now.
Plus all the smokes as well. That's 1,800 for 3 players at least. Then you've got the Deagle as well. Although Deagle was armorless, but it is still $800 out of the bank.
It's really nice. Obviously, not getting that bomb down, they were going to do a full, well, they had the choice to do a full buy and full eco had they lost it and still be able to buy on the 4th round, but this allows them to really throw a massive wrench in the works, a novelty-sized wrench from the Acme store. And looks like so far Epsilon are going to take the first kill. PNX going a little bit aggressive there on the apps, and he is not going to have a good time. Now it's just Tensky left with his M4. I'm not sure how that's going to go for them. We can see that he is over by the site, so this is going to be tough.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes for a more passive position, tries to save it for another round as the armor carrier has fallen. The CTs do have 2 smoke grenades, and Tensky also carrying the Deagle he started off the round with, and MSL getting a nice frag through the smoke there will make it a little bit easier for him to hold the B bomb site here, but the bomb is going towards A. The CTs have 2 players on Arch, nobody quad, nobody pit at the moment. Just going for that crossfire to kind of make their eco as strong as possible.
Oh, nice little flick there from FXO to save himself from the fate of Kevet, and it looks like bomb will go down without any further hindrance, and myXMG just trying to see what they can get done with these pistols, and Hunden left there. He's going to try to just pick up that FAMAS and go for the save. So we can see the money situation here is definitely dire for myXMG.
Yeah, I expect we'll see 1 more eco round for them, and then we'll see what kind of full buy setup they choose for the first round of the real match here. But it's being hunted down by 3 players who have pretty much cleared the rest of the map, so he may get 1 frag here, but I think he'll be lucky to get 2 more. There we go. Kill. Goes for the switch of weapon there, but there wasn't enough time to do that and get himself in a favourable position to face the last 2. And he does go down, and it will be a last eco with 1 flashbang, it seems, from myXMG.
Yeah, they can get actually a couple pistols here, you know, a few of them just like around 3k and 1 over. It would be nice, again, you know, we can see that the economy here is not super great for Epsilon, so actually if they're able to kill a few weapons, even if they lose this round, they can still have this situation when they do buy, they can force that eco. And they have a stack here on B. It's going to be really interesting here. They're going to go aggressive. There's the pop flash, gets 1 kill from PNX, but looks like Epsilon is handling it fairly well in all respects. Is he going to take a frag there onto Tensky, and Kevin Hunden left. Now just Hunden, and looks like he will go down as well. So they got 1 kill out of it. Just I think they invested in like 1 pistol, maybe 1 flash. So
Uzi with 1 HP. Scream was the cavalry, came to save the day there with that grenade, just getting Uzi the hell out of dodge there. Could have easily been 2 frags there, but again we are on the fly round. But PNX, oh there we go. His rifle was on the floor, so threw an AWP down for Kevier, who does not have a helmet, neither does Hunden, but
it's a deep banana smoke too from him.
Against the AKs, it won't matter. GMX does have an M4 though, so if he shoots either of those in the head, they will be dead.
Looks like they want to challenge through the smokes, and this is something that can definitely go quite wrong for them if they're not too careful. It's like FXO to pick up a frag onto Kevet as he stuck his neck out on mid there. That's a really big loss now for XMG, but they do have 2 players on either side still, so it's not a huge problem. Going to throw away the orb. Lovely stuff there. Love to see that level of fort coming in. Very cognizant about the resource game. And here's Tensky up on the balcony. Great position, can fall down onto pit if he needs. But things do look very dire here as the bomb does move towards the A site. This should be Epsilon's round.
It's a good position for throwing that AWP as well, because they won't see it as they run past, but should the rounds go in their favour, it is retrievable with a jump and E for them. So very smart play there from the CTs. The bomb is going towards the B-bomb site, and there is only 1 CT here, in fact, so they've sold the A push quite well, and they do have Scream just making sure there's no flank here from the CTs. He's just going to be loitering around, possibly making a little bit of noise, and he's going to go for an arch take here, but he's probably seen the CT rotate, and he does take down PNX as he rotates, and Uzi takes that next a guy on the B-bomb site, and that's going to be a free plant for them now. And we'll see if Tenki goes to pick up the AWP or tries to go for the safer save of his M4.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty hard times for them. Look at this. No money at all.
It looks like he wants to go for the AWP.
That would be quite something, wouldn't it? Well, actually picks up a kill, says he's being blocked towards that AWP. He can still actually make it happen somehow. He's very good with his jukes and drives, but obviously he's got 4 players hunting them down. Notably so, they are all fairly weak. He's going to take down FXO, and here comes another one. You can hear him. Not only 9 bullets left in the M4, now 8, and now Uzi's going to take him down.
Such bait. Very well. Much amaze.
Get your doggy stuff out of the room, James.
Doge.
All right, so.
Did you invest in Dogecoin?
I didn't know.
Me neither. Moving swiftly on, it is 4-1 to Epsilon here on the T side of Inferno. And we are seeing myXMG Eco once again. We've got P250s and 5.7s, CZs, and a USPS on deck. See if they can throw these Ts overboard.
James, earlier in the cast, I asked you, what would you spend if you had, what would you use $30,000 for? And you said you'd say later, at a later date, you'd answer that on an eco round. And we have an eco round, James.
I forgot that you asked me that question, so I've got nothing for you still. I'm just a little bit fatigued, man. I don't know what's going on today.
Buy a bed. Buy a really expensive hotel room.
Wow. Well, who's paying? I don't know.
Well, you're the one with the 30 grand. What the hell?
Oh, okay. Back to. I thought you meant just like have a rest and then you can think about the answer.
No.
Get exposed here. They could get the bomb plant down theoretically here. Uzi has opened up the site now.
Sick stuff here from
that's some bonus money. That's $4,000 for his team. Worst case scenario should the bomb be defused.
This is a huge disaster here for myXMG as Uzi managing to get himself onto that site with that plant. They have a good setup here. It's not quite the heat and poly, but it's close enough here. And you can see Tensky going to get taken straight down there by GMX. Now Hunden knows where he is, but is that enough to try to finish the round off? He's going to get headshot there from Uzi, and that is going to be Epsilon taking it. That is pretty crushing there for myXMG. We can see that they have enough to buy here, but definitely Epsilon, really good round from them.
The headshot noise sounds like an egg exploding, I've decided. Tell me what you think next time somebody takes it in the face.
All right.
Let's see, we've got two AWPs here. We've got Kevier with the one in mid. He's going to have a passive position here, and we've got FXio or Foxy Zero with a more aggressive position up mid. They're just going a bit Rambo here with the 5-1 advantage. Want to keep the pressure up on the CTs and chase them down. Release the hounds, they say, as Epsilon push down quad marching towards the bomb site. And there's only one person left, and he gets his head ripped off.
Yeah, mad round here from Epsilon. They thrive in the chaos. And there goes the Molotov to block off that CT player on quad. And that should allow Scream the breathing space to actually get this bomb down. He's got a friend in pit, so if he needs to call a mate, he can. But here he sits, patient, ever patient. Laid out perhaps the bad timing, but they don't look in his way, and he does get one kill. So on Izzy now to save the round. He's been smoked off, but there's still plenty of time for him to play in this position. But MSL's going to go for it, and he does find the kill, boosting himself up. And that's going to be the defuse there for myXMG as they bring themselves on the board. We have a 5-2 situation now. Epsilon still heavily in the lead, but if we look at the money, they still are not having any kind of a desperate situation just yet. It's going to take a little bit more for myXMG to force an eco. If they win this round, though, they could really be verging towards the 4-5 kind of scoreline, perhaps.
I think it was Uzi flashing red that gave his position away to the CT.
And this is the deep smoke for Banana still. So I like that they are doing that with the guy on CT Arch. We can see the aggression coming in from the guys. Should be MSL and Hunden here. Here they go through the fire. It's very, very Hellraisers-esque. Hellraisers love to do this as well with the exact same smoke from the guy on CT Arch. Usually it's Markloff that throws it over for, I believe it's Angel and Dren, although Dren no longer plays for them, unfortunately.
You missed my joke about the terrorist flashing red.
I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Don't explain it, that would be terrible.
Yep. Be really awkward. So there's nobody on the B bomb site now, but obviously the Ts won't know that, and there's a fast rotation, potentially over rotation, depending on where the Ts decide to go, as they are not going banana at the moment.
Yeah, pretty defensive situation here, as it should be. Good positions, good enough, as good as they could hope on the A bomb site. And PNX is going to see some action here. Look at this, he's ready and waiting. He knows they're coming. Here's the nades, gets smoked off, gets flashed off, and mollied off as well. Could they throw any more grenades at him? Looks like PNX, he might just be able to sneak in behind them. This could be a massive play here from PNX if he's able to catch them on Speedway. There's one player, he turns around and easily dealing with him. The menacing leak strikes once again. And now it is Tensky and Kevier left. Kevier at the back of the site. They're planting in the smoke though, so not able to actually find a shot. But he lies in wait on the bomb site itself. As Kevier now is the last man standing. And the grenade going over the top there. Got Kevin. Is he really trying to do that? He actually tried to.
That was the highest flashbang ever. Like if he just right clicked, it probably would have been more effective. But he may have thrown it so high above their heads that it wouldn't have flashed them properly. The
sick thing would have been if like the flash had gone off at the exact moment that he pressed defuse.
Yeah.
So that he would just be sitting there defusing, and be like, "Is this actually working?" Like, I fully expect to die here.
So Epsilon looking good for the money so far. With on the full buy versus complete eco again, with just 3 P250s for the CTs. Obviously, they'll be trying to play those close angles if they can, as P250 is powerful enough to one-shot even through helmets. But Epsilon just playing the ranges right now. GMX with a nice tag there. Does get a second frag as well, which will open up the B-bomb site. And we'll see if FXO rotates with the bomb and AWP.
Hello, Tensky. Goodbye, Tensky. That's all the commentary you get for that at the end of that round there.
That was amazing. You know, that reminds me of Sega Worldwide Soccer on the Sega Saturn football game. There was like one thing you could trigger the commentator to say was defender, midfielder. That was the whole phrase. I will never forget that. It was amazing.
All right. So FXO going to be AWPing here. He's going to be going for a bit of a pick on mid. But they know that FXO has an AWP in his hands. And look at this. MSL, he's ready for it. Not going to get the 1D. He instead is going to find himself at the mercy of GMX. And so far, the Danes are struggling against the French side, Epsilon, as they march their way forwards now onto the B-bomb site, taking absolutely no prisoners. Hunden is going to be hitting the dirt, and now we have just 3 left here on this eco. We do have a 5-7 on Tensky and a P250 on PNX, so maybe, just maybe, they can find a bit of damage, but FXO just holding it down.
That shot was so fast, you didn't even see his crosshair move. Boom.
I love it.
So Epsilon deciding to just hunt rather than plant the bomb for the time being.
That's one of those awkward shots where you're like aiming at the guy at the back. He doesn't even know to like dodge for you. So he's got the most erratic dodge ever because he's not aware of you. That's like the worst ever. Man, I remember like practicing that in Quake because it's just like, it was annoying. So annoying. Because then you feel terrible about yourself.
Did you know that Epsilon is the 3rd letter of the Greek alphabet?
Yes, I did.
Okay, well, excuse me. It is 8 to Epsilon, and we'll move away. Move from the AFK of Uzi, who's had enough of top fragging for this round, and we'll just chill out for a while.
Kevin putting himself on the board there with a kill onto FXO, holding the line, falling back to another position further back onto the A bomb site itself. Good solid line of defense there between the 3 players from myXMG on that A bomb site, and we're going to see some traffic into Tensky very shortly. So we can just jump onto him as he is hiding in the balcony position. He's going to be forced to do a lot of action here with PNX. PNX getting 2 wonderful frags there. There's Tensky chiming in over the balcony. There comes the USB, and Tensky will finish it off. So a great little crossfire there, and a good defense overall by myXMG, and a very simple round coming out from Epsilon. Just everyone's just like, let's go. Let's go quad. That was the call. Let's go quad, guys.
Well, that shows you the power of the silenced M4 there, as Tensky took out 2-3 players and was completely undetected the entire time. Had no idea where he was. Second last player emerging from the smoke. Looks like he's out of it, but he would have seen nothing but smoke from that position. So yeah, that's great use of the M4S positional play there. As we see, teams like Virtus Pro will change the type of M4 they use depending on the positions they're playing and the map.
So you can see MSL and Hunden with the middle of the banana smoke, middle smoke, trying to pull some shenanigans. So here goes FXO. He saw that. He visualized that shot. It happened in his head before he executed it. Just perfect stuff, picture perfect from FXO. And GMX through the smoke going to take down Hunden. Their defense is just crumbling now. And losing 2 players at the mercy of FXO and GMX like that is going to sting really badly. Now, how do they even whack together a defense? You have to check out what they can do over at quad here with PNX. He's only going to get 1 now. Tensky's left in the pit, all by himself here. And looks like we have MSL coming in from CT Arch. He's going to spot a couple players. He's going to go huge here with a couple frags. Can he do it? He's got one really, really low. And he's going to take one down. Only gets one, though. And now we move on to Tensky as the last man here. And he's going to just snap the neck of GMX long range as we move on to Scream and PM as the last men for Epsilon. Scream very low. But for Scream, it doesn't matter. It's a battle that you lose either straight away or you win either straight away against Scream.
Yep, only headshots. He doesn't even see the body. All he sees is floating heads in this game. He thinks it's really weird. And wonders why the developers don't fix it.
And there you go. Tensky takes the first kill there. He is on for a big, big round. Scream, 7 health over Banana. Oh, there goes the Molotov. Perfect stuff there. You can see that Scream zoomed onto him just as he landed in the fire. Look at that.
That is a closed casket funeral right there.
That is a very toasted Scream. And so good stuff there from Tensky. What a clutch. myXMG putting a very crucial round on the board. We can obviously see that this is going to be really, really good for them now as we move into the last 2 rounds. Obviously, the money situation, this allows them to have a proper buy, like a really solid buy. And not only that, we're going to have a situation where they feel a bit more confidence. The psychology is a bit better. Maybe now they put the 3 rounds together. It's totally possible. But Epsilon have definitely seemed scary. They're getting picks. That's the problem. They're getting these sick picks. And will they actually challenge MSL and Hunden now? They've been wanting this for so long, and finally they're just diving through the smoke on their fall by, just getting mowed down. And it is the man, or rather the Leak himself, who does actually make the frags back here. But they're 2 men against 4 now.
Okay, so where do they go from here?
It's not a lot of options.
Question.
They're actually going to separate for picks.
Scream needs to go nuclear here and just headshot everyone, basically.
I like that.
That's what needs to happen.
All right. Well, nuclear energy is very efficient. And I don't know. I just threw that out.
Thanks.
Help me out to dry. All
Hey
right.
man, it's only revenge.
It is. Scream going to go in now, gets taken out immediately, and Kev looking for another one. Hunden also here. Look at these smokes. Perfect stuff there. Completely obscured. And PM going to get blown up
to that round.
Yep.
So if we say RIP and pepperonis, actually no, RIP and paella for Spanish teams. What do we say for French teams? I can't think of a P.
Fromage, baguette. I don't know.
RIP and saucisson. Do you know what saucisson is?
No.
Do you know what sacristain is?
No.
Okay, it's like dried stuff. I'll have to get you some next time I go. It's good stuff.
All right, I'll look forward to
Dried
that.
stuff is I shouldn't have asked you what it was if I can only say it's dried stuff. Anyway,
I look forward to it.
KV gets a fast pick on Uzi in mid, and myXMG are bringing themselves back into this match here. 5-8 at the moment for Epsilon. They've got 4 men do XMG on the A bomb site now. They're ready for the push.
Ever very, very ready, is looking for that one tiny singular gap through the smoke. Almost by design is that for him there to just get those picks as they move in through onto that long position. But they haven't done so yet. They are slowly creeping forwards. Another smoke. Very systematic and methodical. The grenades coming out. There's PM. Takes down Hunden. Going to be on to Speedway now as they all go for this B split play. myXMG working out what's happening right now. And you can see the rotation coming in. But will it be quick enough? We have a player here. It's going to be FXO downed. He needed to get the frag there. He needed to delay them. And now the rotation from a myXMG is going to be incredibly dangerous. MSL still at the back of the site. The bomb goes down. GMX takes down PNX. And look at this. They're taking Banana as well. And GMX and PM is all that stands between winning this round and losing it for Epsilon now as Tensky and Kevet move their way up. PM executes Tensky. Now Kevet. Aim trained in with the AWP. The bomb ticking away. He's got to play it to the left and to the right without any understanding which way to look. It is easy pickings for Epsilon at the end of the round to make it 9-5.
He gets left sleeping with the fishes as we go into the final round. We're going to see a mixed spy here. We've got the FAMAS coming out for MSL and one for Hunden as well. And a third one for Tensky. Have got the AWP on KVA, and Hunden no armor here, but he does have a decoy, which will make up for it, hopefully. So we'll see how they proceed with this round. I think it may be a round where they go for some surprise aggression, maybe somewhere, get a fast pick and try and slow down the round of what limited grenades they may have.
It's like myXMG are flirting with the idea of peeking into apartments, but they're going to see now from Hunden a big play coming out of Banana, and they're going to deny that with some expert usage of those pharmacists, but the grenade is pretty good there. And we can see Tensky goes down, so they're losing a player on either side now. And we have MSL still left alive on B, on Banana, locking it down, and they're forced to push up mid. Here goes Kevit, gets down the bomb. And that's going to be the call to the teammates now to rotate onto that position. Scream going to jump in there with a pop flash. Here goes Scream, and there he goes as quickly as he came. And the round goes to myXMG, and indeed, they're able to pull a significant amount of rounds back to make it a 9-6 showing, which is definitely something that they can work with.
Yeah, they're going to be up against it now, especially with FXio AWPing on the CT side. But they have a little cushion at least to allow some room for error. Epsilon with only 9 rounds. Could have been a lot worse for XMG, so this is the best of a bad situation at the moment. It's going to be an uphill struggle. The pistol round is going to be very important for them. Winning that should hopefully put them on a good path to bring it back to 9-9, and then it's all going to be about crushing the economy of Epsilon as often as possible. We'll see what they can do as we switch sides in about 13 seconds from now.
I'm just going to leave it there. Just leave the silence.
You were going to talk about nuclear efficiency again, weren't you?
No. I would never, ever dream of doing that again.
That's a nice knife there that Kevier's got.
It is. By the way, now that we see Kevier in that position, I do like this smoke, and I might just be able to quickly show it to people as we... Oh, they're on the wrong side there. Let's jump over there. I can just quickly show this deep banana smoke. And I didn't know this was possible for a while until I saw Markov do it. You can kind of line yourself up here, and obviously don't have a crosshair, so but you can aim it like up there, and that's like the deep banana smoke, and that's like incredibly powerful and useful to have the potential for 3 smokes to go on a banana. Because if you do get it, you can always just have one person there for like forever. So it's pretty sick. And now we're into the pistol round though. So moving on topic. We can see that it's just, they're just playing with each other at the moment. We haven't seen even really much damage done at all. Hunden with a clip and PM as well. A chunk of his arm missing or something like that. But other than that, it's business as usual here.
Limited information so far for the T side. You can see Uzi just holding smoke there to kind of slow down the T's in case the rain of grenades does come in his direction. But it's going to be a passive round. XMG hoping for an overextension from Epsilon, but there will be no such overextension yet. Just holding the angles here, arch, quad, apps areas, and will be very patient games, which may lead XMG towards B. At the moment, there are 3 around A, also with the bomb carrier. So again, just extremely passive here from Epsilon. We may see some attempted baiting here from XMG, but it's quite passive from both sides as they both realize the importance of this pistol round. And
it looks like they are going to throw the nades in here and try to make a bit of a play on B just to delay a rotation. Look at that. They bait out the 3-player response here. Now they hit the play onto the A bomb site. And Epsilon see what's coming, but they are just executing anyway. Hunden going mad there with a double, looking for a triple now. FXio to shut him down, and now it's a 2-on-1. FXio, can he bring it to the table right now? He's got to jump into the site. He's got to get the defuse. He's got no kit, so he hasn't got much time to pull these 2 frags out of the bag. Let's see if he can do this. He's checking every single position, graveyard, every single spot on the site, but we know that there's one in the pit. One up in the balcony. There goes the fake to try to draw a player out here to peek, so he can at least get the idea of one. He knows one's in the pit, he's going to go for it, and there one's going to show from above, and the impossible situation for Fixio, but at least it was a decent effort from his part.
Okay, so that was a critical round, as we said, for XMG, and now that's going to allow them, hopefully, if they don't get anti-ecoed, to get back into this match. But we are seeing the eco purchase here from Epsilon. We've got 4 players with armor and helmet. We've got PM with the Mag 7. We've got 2 Deagles, a CZ, and a P250. So they are not going to lie down without... they're going to put up a fight here. Yeah,
this is scary, isn't it? This is really scary because that mag in the apartments, I mean, PNX is going to shut down FXio, but that mag is in the apartments. I mean, if they try to venture there, that is a really strong weapon at those close quarters. So this is a strong buy here from Epsilon, or rather, the utility is strong in the specific situations they're using them these weapons in. So
I feel like Apps is often avoided in these anti-ecos because of that very reason. Because we see this happen a lot, where the guy goes no armor, Mag 7, just peeking a little bit there, and I don't think he'll be peeking again as he has shot down to 23 HP there. But you can see the CTs, they feel like they have to kind of fish for some information, which is why you saw FXO quickly peek mid, because if say the B bomb site goes down here, then the retake is going to be next to impossible.
Yeah, I mean, the B site, so many less angles to worry about. That is for certain. It's a really good point that you bring up there. And we can see MSL going in first man with Hunden there onto this B bomb site for the inevitable take. And yeah, we can quickly highlight after this round is done, like just how overwhelming the difference is between like going up banana and taking B versus all the spots that you can hide on as a pistoler towards A. Like it's actually mind-blowingly different.
Now it's entirely pointless for them to try and retake the site because they can save 2 armor helmets and the Mag 7 as well for the following round. So it'll just be lambs to the slaughter again if they went for this. So they'll just save everything for the next round, and the T's will be patiently waiting, A, because there are 3 people, and B, because they want to build their economy. So they won't be chasing the anti-eco Epsilon team just yet, and we'll see what the strat is for Epsilon going into the next round. It may be worth putting the Mag 7 in a more aggressive position, as Epsilon will be, sorry, myXMG will be aware that they've saved the Mag 7, so it might be worth putting it close banana with smoke grenades, although that is also a place where you might get naded.
It's definitely always going to be a risk, I guess, but I agree with you. I don't like it on apartments, and we're going to see XMG trying to take banana here, just at least. You know,
and he's doing exactly that. See, he's close on banana here now with the Mag 7, and the nades went towards car, but not towards that position, which is also a common one. So they are in with a chance here.
You can see this angle basically. Like, this is an incredibly strong angle for the Mag.
But also his teammate Scream is baiting him as well. Ooh. Scream is being the bait, so they'll go for Scream, then he'll jump out and shoot them on Scream's command.
Nice shot there from Scream, and PM waits patiently. Is MSL going to be just thinking about that, flirting with the opportunity for a trade? Looks like he's going to back off, and we get just one little volley there from the Mag, and they know that it's there, but still, look, it looks like they want to push it. PNX is going to be meeting that Mag very soon there, PM, and he does just annihilate him. PM goes down, and the Mag has been nullified, which is important.
I think at that point it's worth rotating the Mag 7 as if it's an AWP and you've got a frag, because now you've exposed your position, they're going to be more prepared for it. So if you move somewhere else, then it resets the situation basically.
It was interesting they decided to push it anyway, knowing that the Mag was there. That's like such a good spot for it. But XMG, whatever they're doing right now is working. They're pushing their way in. The poor chicken exploding to the HE, and they have the site now. So they don't have to go through the smoke to take construction, although taking construction is pretty valuable. And it's actually going even trade-wise. So Epsilon got to go for this now, as they are going to be buying next round anyway. They might as well throw away these pistols that they have.
But they have armor and helmet as well, so it's an awkward one for them. They may be going for exit kills, trying to keep them on site, so they do the economic damage to the T side, and at the same time try and save the armor if they can. You can see 2 of the CTs slowly backing off now to try and save what they have. Scream looks like he's going to fall down with his sword. Try and get some final frags in there, but he's not going to manage to get any of the T's to die on this occasion. But FXO survives with 6 HP, but he only has a P250. GMX with his Deagle armor and helmet will live to fight another day.
Alright, so now we get into serious business here. Epsilon coming out with their first buy, and myXMG are now tied 9-9 with Epsilon, the Danes and the French side even at this point in time. And we don't see a single AWP on the board. We see PM holding the Mag once again. And if we can quickly check his position, we can see that he is working apps towards Boiler there. So, mixing it up every single time with the Mag, not being predictable. And they may not even have any idea that he's working with a Mag at this point, probably expecting the all M4 buy. I
think what PM's doing is basically saving some money. If we look at his bank at the moment, he's still got, well, 500 actually. So maybe not. I suppose he can play apps, and it's more favoured than using a FAMAS there. But also, it should hopefully, if you get some frags, generate some money for the opposing side. And I think this is not moving at all right now.
I think you're right. Just as you said that, I was like, wait a second.
I've gone into Men in Black mode.
No, this is like watching Get Right, because Get Right is just like super patient. Have you ever watched like the level of patience, the difference with Get Right to other players? He will be so convicted on certain positions. He'll get into a position
and he just won't move.
But the thing is, like, even his crosshair doesn't move. Sometimes when I'm like holding angles in any game, sometimes I kind of just like, just move a tiny bit just so I can keep
Oh,
the feeling in my mouse. But we're going to have
we're
the
back
game
in business.
on once again. PM really wants badly a frag here with this mag. Ooh, and he's going to get it right there delivered by PNX as he makes his way in and picks himself up the AK. So the extra money from the mag kill and now the AK. All worked out there for Epsilon so far, as we now must check out the situation on the overview, and we can see that it's a very split up situation between XMG. They have banana control, they have apartments for the most part, so they can really decide to do whatever in this round.
They've got 40 seconds left to do XMG, and the bomb is at the bottom of banana, so unless they go for, I'd say a B push here, they're just going to run out of time and going to have to save.
I think B is probably the most wise, but we'll see if a pick can come in.
Yeah, unless MSL gets a quick frag here, this round is pretty much over here.
And it looks like Epsilon actually giving up the more forward positions here. Hunden running in, just hell for leather, going straight in, no fear whatsoever. Tensky short to follow, and they actually make the 2 frags. The pace at the end of the round blinding from the Danes here. And wow, this is a gut shot there from that Deagle. And another one coming in from Uzi, taking down Keva. GMX can't quite finish him off, but Uzi is there to do the damage. And Epsilon pick up the round, but that was an interesting movement from Hunden there. Right at the end, the entire round was like at a snail's pace, and then boom!
That was
sprinting out there like Usain Bolt into that.
That was a blisteringly fast site take, which was
it's like no nades or anything, just goes in dry.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I think the pause we saw earlier is the pause that we're seeing now, so we'll probably resume it sooner rather than later. But I mean, that was insane. I mean, we've seen a lot of situations where there's been 40 seconds or less today, yesterday, and every single time the A push has failed. But that one, I don't know. They just went in like just all guns blazing, like it was a Lethal Weapon movie, and just cleared the sites out. So, congrats to them. I mean, that was.
So now you get to tell me more about the food that you're going to buy for me in France.
Pardon?
Was that what you were talking about before, right? French food.
Yeah.
You get to actually talk about French food now.
Okay. To be honest with you, I don't even know what saucisson is. I think it's some kind of pork, and I've eaten it a bunch of times, but I had no idea what it was. I just have very hospitable French friends, so they're like, "Yeah, have this." I'm like, "Okay, man." That's cool.
Oh yeah, from the FGC, the fighting game community, right?
Yeah. We used to go to Paris every month for a tournament called Bushido Impact, and we stayed at the dude's house.
Bushido Impact. That's
Bushido
an awesome
Impact.
name.
It was sick. Yeah.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah.
We should start a CS team called Bushido Impact.
Bushido Impact. Right. So. How do you see this match at the moment, since we have a little pause here?
Well, obviously, we can see the money right now, and both teams are facing an eco if they lose. So this is a pretty fragile spot, and we're on round 20. And usually when we get to round 20, the economy starts to mean it's still important, but it starts to mean less and less. As we get to like round 25, the economy becomes less and less important. But the crucial rounds really happen at this stage, because if one team's able to get that economic momentum where they can't be forced to an eco, it takes like 3 rounds to do that. That can be a game-winning advantage, like getting momentum at this point in the match. So both teams have been pretty even thus far. So this, to me, is a very critical moment to see something from myXMG that they haven't shown us before. Some strats, some set plays, and looks like they're going with the A push just straight up. It's super fast once again. No nades, just going for it. And we're not seeing that many frags coming in. Just one for either team right now. And there we go. Start to see more as they take the bomb site. Hunden does take down GMX. We get the bomb planted towards Library, actually. A very unsafe plant here. But here goes Izzy, straight on into the site. And there's a player in Graveyard. Can he get him down too? Tensky in the pit, searching for those heads. Not quite going to find them just yet, though, as things do calm down as they take positions. But still, it's looking like actually might just get the drop on Kevia. He doesn't. Kevia gets the frag. There's the return. It's back and forth, and it's just Scream now who remains for Epsilon. Can he make this work? He can't, and Hunden will be gifted the last frag of the round, and that's 10-10. And now we see the eco from Epsilon, and things begin to get very scary for them.
Epsilon, their money has been broken, but they will need to eco here, so we should see XMG taking the lead. We've got a mixed pistol buy from Epsilon here, so we're not going for the kind of full CZ 5.7 situation here. Just the one CZ for $500 and 3 P250. So it's not over till it's over, but again, we can see the early peaks here from Epsilon to try and get some information. Scream does get a tag on MSL down to 41, but does...
Oh no, he can't fall back. There's fire there. Oh, that's depressing, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get toasted. Three players remain for Epsilon, one on the B bomb site, but they have no frags yet. But MSL on 9 HP, KB on... Well, he's on 2 HP now. But PM is nowhere near them, so unlikely to make any conversions here. And let's have a look at the Epsilon money and see if they can buy. Nope, looks like it's going to be a double eco here with a few pistols and a few grenades on Uzi, who did buy a HE grenade before the smoke grenade, but there is a bug with GoTV, so it only shows you 1 grenade unless you have 2 flashbangs for some strange reason.
So if myXMG win this round, Epsilon have to eco again, but only once. But
you mean generally speaking, or you mean literally the next round they have to reco?
They'll have to eco then. No, they'll be able to buy the next round, but they'll have to eco after if they lose that round. So it's a kind of a fragile situation here, but they do manage to make a lot of frags moving into the banana aggression.
What on earth has just happened?
And they're just connecting with the heads, and now Tensky taking down PM as well. So they have a fighting chance here after that frag, making it a 2-on-4 situation. They have loads of time left in the round here. They just have to figure out together. They just have to talk with each other and understand, okay, you move here, I move here. We're going to make a push onto this site. We've got one coming from apartments. He can secure the pit. He can get that spot secure. And if he has that, then the bomb can go down.
Those nades from Uzi paid off in spades.
Oh, and they lose Tensky. Hunden now. He's got to get the bomb down, but he's just one man.
What a comeback for Epsilon. They pick up themselves 3 AKs, saving them a lot of money. That's almost $9,000 left in the bank there. And XMG have got a few rounds under their belt now and will be able to do another full buy here. We've got the AWP back in the hands of Foxy Zero, or FXio, however he likes to be called. So we'll see if he can get a quick pick here on mid, if anyone's going to face. And, they've thought better of it, it seems, but got somebody just hanging around. Again, we've got aggressive plays into apps here from the T side, so they're just taking charge of swathes of the map. However, we do have the CTs coming down banana at the moment, behind a smoke, presumably. You can see there Uzi just holding an angle on the tree with 2 terrorists around the corner. Scream coming in for support here.
And the fact that he's actually sticking around to support Uzi there makes me think that they do actually want to be able to push really fast if that option is available. But it looks like they are just going to try to take the jewels here, and Uzi's going to take down MSL, who managed to make the frag onto Scream, and he's going to have to make more frags here. Uzi, oh, he's going to pull out a weapon here. He does take out the CZ eventually, gets the kill, and Tensky, my friend, you are alone against 4 players. And he's over at quad here. The bomb dropped on banana. This seems an impossible situation that would require an impossible display of individual performance from Tensky to execute this to a victory with 30 seconds left. I do not think so.
I thought the knife was coming out there at one point.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it? He's like fumbling, like maybe he was like selecting with mouse wheel or something.
Where's my inventory? This is not what I want.
And or maybe he wanted to beat him to death with a flashbang.
Yeah.
Smash him on the head with it. All right, so we do have ourselves an eco for myXMG, which is very scary. That is for sure, because they are looking at potentially going down 13 to 11. Epsilon very close now.
Got a deagle on MSL, so we can see if he can find anyone's face with it. That's going to be a straight rush into the B bomb site here. Going to go straight through the smoke as well, and here comes the spray down.
2 players left, and Uzi predicting that he was up on the little wagon area there. And then the cell is just rattling off so many shots on 1 HP. And looks like he's not going to find anything. There's the grenade. There he goes. Now Kev is left alive. Not for long. There you go, 13 to 11. And now it's looking very, very bad. This is basically the round. This is the make or break round there for XMG. They got to win this. If they want to come back in this, they've got to win it. They've got to win. Well, I mean, look at the money on Epsilon after their buy. They have got all the money in the round in the world, basically. So they're going to be hard pressed to break the Epsilon bank here, and they're basically going to have to win every round to victory if they want to really. So they're going to go for another execute here, up banana, but the fire stops them. There's Izzy, they're pumping some bullets straight on into that smoke, and it looks like they are going to hold this area off, but they took down 1 kill onto himself. The call can go back to the teammates, but they're afraid of the double back right now. That is something that they are worrying about. So they're holding position, just rotating 1 man, and leaving 2 on the quad side. I really like this from Epsilon. I think this is a really smart choice from them.
Yeah, it's really good. Patient play. They've still got a few nades to play with here, so they can waste time. 1 minute remaining in the round at the moment. We've got Uzi on 33 HP, and we'll see where FXio chooses to utilize his AWP. Just looking down mid at the moment, so they may end up rotating the player back towards B, as there's a fair amount of information. If FXio can confirm they're not in the apps, then I think we'll see a third Epsilon player going towards the B bomb site, but will he get there in time for this push? Looks like PM's on the rotation.
In there you go. PNX with the entry there. More players to find the one in the back of the site. And they are managing to get the frags here. Good stuff from myXMG. Again, the round that really counts for them to keep themselves in the game. FXio and GMX still left alive, and they have a lot of banks, so they're going to want to actually find some kills here. It's like FXio actually and GMX are going to fall back, in fact, and actually boosting Hunden in there.
Yeah, I guess
the money's huge.
AWPs are expensive though, so you know, almost $5,000, so that money can easily dissipate in the later stages of this game. So definitely worth saving that. FXio just holding an angle on CT spawn there, but has good positioning to escape should they push that way. But they will go down banana, so we will end the round with 4 and 3 as GMX does find PMX towards the end there.
Alright, so definitely a situation that Epsilon can't let get away from them.
They've still got a hell of a lot of money in the bank. They've got $20,000 basically across only 2 of their 5 players. So even if they do lose this round, it won't be ideal, but they will be able to probably fall by afterwards.
And here goes FXio, aggressive peek, gets the kill onto Hunden, and he's going to reposition, fall all the way back perhaps, and well, quickly just taking liberties for another shot there. In fact, still sticking around, in fact, with the... there is finally the rotate from him. So that's a really nice aggressive move there. A risky move. A move that you don't expect. And a move that hasn't been executed previously in this match between the two. So that was pulled out at the right moment here, because it's crunch time now for both teams.
Usually just facing away in case flashbangs come in, so he won't lose his vision as a potential T-push comes in. So you can see Scream is facing, so worst case scenario, Scream gets flash, Uzi can cover his back, which is a general CT play, and the flashes do come in now, so we'll see how Uzi can react. Scream does go down, but Uzi goes down as well in quick succession, and that is a clear B bomb site. We're looking at 13-13 here, unless Epsilon can pull something magical out of the hat. They are going to be denied vision with the smoke, which is really going to run down the bomb timer here. And Banana is being held fairly solidly by MSL, which also has a smoke here. So great post-plant play here from XMG, which is making their bomb site almost impenetrable. Yeah,
this is the problem. When this happens, when a site is taken immediately, it's so impossible to retake it, because the thing is that Epsilon can't get there in time. As you said, you know, the after plant can be 100% ideal, can be perfect, because they have all the time in the world, almost, it feels like, to actually just set up in every position. We saw the deep smoke on logs, sitting in logs. That's a position that never happens usually. You never get time to do that. Usually you sit at carve, or, you know, you're peeking around that area, but you don't get to go down to logs with a smoke. I mean, come on. So that's crazy that they managed to get this pick so quickly, and now Epsilon, they still can buy, though. That's the crucial thing. So still, they are definitely able to do this here. FX are going to go peek in mid. Can he get the shot? He hits it on PNX. And PNX's body goes cold there on the floor at mid, as Epsilon now go a man up. And myXMG might be feeling more B plays here. It's been working for them so far.
I believe this is the 3rd round in a row where Epsilon have had a quick pick at the beginning of the round, and at least the 2nd one they've lost in a row afterwards. So I don't know if this is enough for them to secure this round. We've seen those crazy pushes from XMG where they just clear the site in like 2-3 seconds, and if they can do that again on either site here, then Epsilon may be in trouble. I don't think they have enough money to do a full buy across the team should they lose this round, so you may see the FAMASs start to come out there, and then they'll be in some real trouble.
Looks like they are going towards A at the moment. They're smoking off long, but still, you know, Epsilon has some good positions on A to defend it, and MSL going to go through the smoke, and bomb is coming from behind. 3 men left. Quad is the only avenue of attack here from myXMG. This doesn't look good for them as they try to make their way in. Epsilon almost baiting them in there, throwing the fire, stopping them from getting past that car position. And Hunden going to go around CT Arch, and there's Tensky charging up Banana, trying to clear it out, making sure that there is that smoke there for CT spawn. Try to go for a quick little fake before they go back to the A bomb site. But these elaborate moves, they're not quite paying off at the moment. PM coming around the corner, looking for the shots, takes down one. It's all on Tensky now as he makes his way onto that bomb site against 3 players. 9 seconds left on the clock, and GMX is going to end him. And it's 14-13 now. Epsilon very close to match point. In fact, 1 round away, in fact, and we get the buy from myXMG.
This is a tight round for myXMG here. You can see the kind of money they have remaining after this round. Obviously, a bomb plant, if they lose, will be a little bit of help, but then Epsilon will be on 15, and there are draws in this SLTV Star Series, so it's all or nothing here. They must win this round.
Here we go. 2 opening frags there from Epsilon. Crippling blow dealt to the Danish side as they try to vie for control of this Banana position here. In amongst the flames, they move forwards, but it is not to be right now as MSL goes down. Hunden, last man standing, and just resting behind those flames. Not much he can do there, and he's quickly aware that there could be a flank from behind. Hunden, he has 1 minute and 10 seconds left, but this looks all but hopeless against 3 players left for Epsilon.
FXO got 2 people with 1 shot there. He shot someone in the head through somebody else, which really started things off. I mean, that's a problem you can get when you have 5 people rushing down a narrow Banana and an AWP faces you and does manage to get 1 shot off. He's bound to hit someone. In that case, he hit 2 people, and that just put them on a severe handicap straight away. Then mayhem ensues. One of them dies to the flames, ends up lying over the taxi on his back in a very awkward position. And Epsilon here with match point will draw, worst case scenario. And it is, I mean, look at this force buy. There's not a single rifle, not even an SMG here for myXMG, and this could be painful.
Readying themselves for this push up mid, but we have Banana being pushed slowly as well, so the response to the flank will be very, very fast indeed. And here they go, rushing into the A site from both sides, wrapping around the corner. Looks like MSL's found himself an AWP. That might be helpful, but in come the cavalry. PM taking out 3 players, Hunden in the back of the site, and they're all dealt with all too easily as Epsilon take the match, 16-13 against myXMG, who looks pretty good for a while.